Last October, Damaree Agosto-Phillips was crowned the 2019 Miss Mature Irving, and she was looking forward to representing senior women and the city of Irving at a variety of events, and then COVID-19 happened. I had the pleasure of meeting her at last year's pageant, and I did not want to miss the opportunity for you to get to know her, so I talked her into an interview. Dee, thank you so much for zooming in with me today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
When you introduced yourself at the Ms. Mature pageant last year, you had quite a story to tell. Would you give us a little recap of your background?
Okay, so I'm the eldest of four children born to Puerto Rican parents. My parents are still alive by God's grace. But I was raised with 8 other double first cousins. So we were 12 kids running around in a tenement kind of building, 3 stories. God only knew what bed we were going to end up in because we were always all up in each other's apartments. And it was a wonderful life that I grew up with my 12 double first cousins, or my 8 double first cousins, my siblings, and my parents, aunts, and uncles. So it
It
was great.
sounds like heaven on earth to
It
anybody who's
was.
ever been a kid.
It was.
So you ended up here in Irving after quite an interesting journey. And why did you decide to compete in the pageant?
I'll tell you the truth. At first, I was not interested. I thought that it was, wrongfully thought that it was a beauty pageant. And I thought, well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty comes from inside. So it's not something I wanted to be a part of. But then Pat Davenport, who was the one who talked to me about this event, explained that they were looking for the beauty inside, and they were looking for people who were happy with their lives and who wanted to make a positive difference in other people's lives. And check, 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 that's me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So tell us what you enjoyed most about the experience of being involved with the other ladies and the big night.
It was really exciting. I'm not a person that gets nervous in front of crowds, but the competition was stiff. I'm not even going to pretend that I didn't think, well, no, I'm not going to win this one. But I really liked that we got together. We supported each other. There were beautiful women that had a heart for all kinds of nonprofits that they volunteered with. And so they were my kind of people all the way around. And Pat encouraged us, the staff at the Heritage Senior Center encouraged us every time we got together. And we did it every week, every Friday. We spent the afternoon together. So it really became like the Miss Mature club or something, but it was a lot of fun.
You know, that's one of the things that I enjoy most about being involved in it and MC as an MC every year is there's this wonderful sense of camaraderie and community and fellowship that's between the ladies and the folks in, that are part of the staff, and it just feels so good. I want to ask you about the talent portion of the competition. Everybody always sweats about the talent portion of the competition, but in your case, you showcased 2 things, your singing talent and your comedic talent. Give us a little preview of what you did as a part of the talent competition.
A little preview. Well, what I did was I sang If I Only Had a Brain, and I did it in scarecrow dress, which I had a blast putting together, right down to my rainbow colored eyelashes. It was a lot of fun. I am a clown. I love making people laugh, but the thing that I love more than anything else besides God is singing. I love to sing. So I'm not at all shy about getting up in front of a group of people and singing. So I think that's what I had the advantage in. As far as that field of ladies, they might have felt a little more nervous. But if I can make you smile, if I can brighten your day, it just makes me feel like I'm doing what God put me here to do.
Well, the entire competition, as you said, was absolutely delightful. But I will confess to you that you coming out there in full Wizard of Oz regalia, it just stopped me in my tracks. It was so much fun, and I think we're
Oh,
going to
good.
show a little bit of it at the end of the interview, just as a little sneak preview. So here we are now. after this wonderful competition in the middle of a worldwide pandemic. What's been keeping you busy during this period of time?
First of all, my heart goes out to all of those first responders and those people who are in the trenches, the people in healthcare that are really standing up and keeping this nation and this world together. And thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you for that. What's been keeping me together is that I know that there's going to be a better day. I know that this too shall pass, that we're going to get through this like we've gotten through so many other things in this nation and in this world, and we're going to come out better people for it. There will be loss, and that is always painful and heartbreaking. But I think that it'll make us a stronger people. I think it'll make us more aware of our frailties and more anxious to get a hold of life, grab it with both hands, and do the best we can with it. You don't have to be afraid to live. You just have to be careful. Use the brain that God gave you and be smart about, don't take any risks, but enjoy your life. That's what I've been doing. I developed a habit. It's because it's no longer a hobby. It's become a habit of jewelry making. I made these earrings for this occasion. So I just kept busy, and I've seen my children. I visited North Carolina once. I'm going to go again next week. My parents are there. So we are taking precautions. They're isolated. We're isolated. We just get together, and then we self-quarantine, which is pretty cool. Keep your head up. What's kept me going is that I have faith that this will soon end.
I appreciate what you said about continuing with the hope, and I think that those are words of wisdom that all of us could really use right now, so thank you so much for sharing that. There's not going to be a pageant this year, unfortunately, again, because of all of the COVID-19 craziness, but it also means that we get to have you for 2 years. So, see, there's always a silver lining, right?
I broke it.
Nah, it's not broken. It's just better. But what would you say to encourage any ladies out there who might be watching to get involved in 2021?
Oh, do it. Do it, do it, do it. You will have so much fun. Don't stress yourself up about things that you can't change. You know who you are. You know what you got. Bring it. And make people smile, make people laugh, make people enjoy the evening. That's what it's all about. You can do it. If I could do it, you can do it.
Bravo, Damaree Agosto-Phillips. You are a wonderful Ms. Mature, and I'm so glad to have an opportunity to share a little bit of who you are with the audience today. Thanks so much for joining me.
Take care of yourself, Kathy.
I will, you too. So folks, as I hinted at a little earlier, here's a little bit of Dee's talent performance in the 2019 Ms. Mature pageant.